Okay, very well. Welcome back to one more session of teaching and learning English with the Beatles. We continue with the song, The Beatles, Volume 3, that was edited in Mexico. This is the one, okay? And the song today is, Please, Mr. Postman, por favor, señor cartero. Okay, first of all, let's go to not my Facebook, but the story of the song, the Beatles version, okay? And here we have, Please, Mr. Postman. It's a song written by Georgia Dobbins of the Marvelettes, William Garrett, Freddie Gorman was an American musician and record producer. Brian Holland is an American songwriter and record producer. And Robert Bateman, an American rhythm and blues singer, songwriter, and record producer. It is the debut single by the Marvelettes. The Marvelettes were an American girl group that achieved popularity in the early to mid-1960s for the Tamla Motown label, notable as the first Motown song to reach the #1 position of the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. Okay, so the first song to reach #1. The single achieved this position in late 1961. It hit #1 on the rhythm and blues chart as well. Please, Mr. Postman became a #1 hit again in early 1975 when the Carpenters, I remember the Carpenters, covered the song, reached the top position of the Billboard Hot 100. Please, Mr. Postman has been covered several times, including by the British rock group, of course, the Beatles in 1963. And the song, Feel It Still by Portugal. Portugal is an American rock band from Wasilla, Alaska. Interpolates Mr. Postman. So we are going to listen to this version too. Anyway, let's go to the Beatles version. The Beatles version, background of recording. The English rock band, the Beatles, display an early interest in the music of girl groups, covering songs by groups like the Shirelles, the Cookies, and the Donays. They added Please, Mr. Postman to their repertoire in December 1961, their third Tamla song after The Miracles, Who's Loving You, and Barry Strong's Money. That's What I Want. Having not made it into the British top 50, few in the UK knew the song, allowing them to make in their own among all Liverpool groups. John Lennon sang the lead vocal, Paul McCartney and George Harrison providing backing vocals, while all three added hand claps at their head level. In 2004, Bill Halton of the Four J's recalled seeing one of the Beatles' first live performances of the song, saying it was a wow moment. I was struck by how tight they were. As a semi-pro group, the Four J's could take a month to start playing a new song really well. Without their knowing it at the time, the Beatles' 7 March 1962 performance of the song on BBC radios, Here We Go, was the first time any Tamla song was played over BBC radio. Beatles' author Mark Lewinson reflects, without even realizing it, they had been thrilled to know the Beatles brought the Detroit Motown sound to the British listening public. In 1963, manager Brian Epstein approached Gordy for the rights to record several Motown songs, including Please, Mr. Postman, You Really Got a Hold on Me, and Money. Rather than the industry standard of 2 cents, Epstein only offered 1.5 cents per record sold. Gordy initially refused, only relenting 2 minutes before the offer was set to expire. On July 30, 1963, the band covered the song for their second UK album with the Beatles, recorded in Studio 2 of EMI Recording Studios. George Martin produced the session, supported by balance engineer Norman Smith. The band recorded 3 takes in a similar style to their BBC performance, but found the results unsatisfactory. They altered the arrangement to sound closer to the Marvelous version, recording 4 more takes with a stop time into drum breaks and a coda. Okay, stop time in tap dancing, jazz and blues. Stop time is an accompaniment pattern interrupting or stopping the normal time and featuring regular accented attacks of the first beat or each of every other measure. That's a lot of science for me. Okay, anyway. Here we are. Where were we? Okay, into drum breaks and a coda. A coda in music, a coda is a passage that brings a piece to an end. It may be as simple as a few measures or as complex as an entire something. The final take 7 deemed best. Due to the different vocal range from the Marvelous, the Beatles modulate their version into A major. Between recording 2 takes of overdubs, the band added hand claps while Lennon double-tracked his original vocal, take 9 marked best. Martin and Smith mixed the song for mono and stereo on August 21 and 29 October, respectively. Okay, very well. And then we have some information about the reception and that stuff. And I think that you can read this at home if you're interested. Personnel: John Lennon, double track vocal, leading guitar. Paul McCartney, backing vocal, bass. George Harrison, backing vocal, lead guitar. Ringo Starr, drums. Uncredited play by the Beatles, hand claps. Okay, very well. Now, what can we do with this song in teaching and learning English with the Beatles? Let's go to the lyrics. Okay, please, Mr. Postman, the Beatles, lyrics. Wait, espere. Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Oh, sí, espere un minuto, señor cartero. Well, wait, Mr. Postman. Espere, señor cartero. Mr. Postman, look and see, señor cartero. Mire y vea. Oh, yeah. Is there a letter in your bag for me? ¿Hay una carta en su bolsa para mí? Please, Mr. Postman. Por favor, señor cartero. I've been waiting a long time. He estado esperando mucho tiempo. Oh, yeah, since I heard from that girl of mine. Desde que escuché o desde que supe de esa chica mía. There must be some word today. Debe haber alguna palabra hoy. From my girlfriend so far away. De mi chica, de mi tan lejana chica. Please, Mr. Postman, look and see. Por favor, señor cartero, mire y vea. If there's a letter for me. Si hay una carta para mí. I've been standing here waiting, Mr. Postman. He estado aquí esperando, señor cartero. So patiently, tan pacientemente. For just a card or just a letter. Por solo una tarjeta o una carta. Saying she's returning home to me. Diciendo que ella va a regresar a casa conmigo. Mr. Postman, look and see. Oh yeah, is there a letter in your bag for me? Please, Mr. Postman. I've been waiting a long time. Oh yeah, since I heard from that girl of mine. So many days you passed me by. Tantos días usted me ha ignorado. See the tear standing in my eye. Vea la lágrima que está en mi ojo. Solo una lágrima y solo un ojo. Light is up, ¿no? Y quiero más que a mis ojos. Only one eye. You didn't stop to make me feel better. Usted no se detuvo para hacerme sentir mejor. By leaving me a card or a letter. Al dejarme una tarjeta o una carta. Mr. Postman, look and see. Is there a letter in your bag for me? I've been waiting a long time since I heard from that girl of mine. You gotta wait a minute. Usted tiene que esperar un minuto. Espere un minuto. You gotta wait a minute. Check it and see. Cheque y vea una vez más por mí. You gotta wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Deliver the letter, the sooner the better. Entregue la carta lo más pronto mejor. You gotta wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You gotta wait a minute. You gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, very well. Now, what can we take from this song? Teaching English, okay? Well, first, verbs. Wait, look, see, is, of course, verb be. Present perfect. Here is like missing the auxiliary have, but even though in sounds maybe this is correct because we're dealing with a sound, grammatically talking, we should need I've contraction for I have. I've been waiting a long, long time. Okay, heard, hear. You can see again, stand, wait, return, and pass by. See, stand again, stop, make, feel, live. Okay, so we have some verbs that we can use to practice. What else we can take? Of course, yes, no questions with verb be. Is there, and the practice of is there, are there. Is there a letter? Are there letters? Okay, is there, are there? Of course, present perfect continuous. I've been waiting. Simple past, heard. The use of must, and maybe a review for modal auxiliaries. You know, can, could, may, might, must, should, shall, ought to. For my girlfriend. For on my girlfriend, look and see. Well, probably relationships, you know, friend, girlfriend, husband and wife, brother and sister. Yeah. Car letter, she's returning home. Home. Look and see. Basically, so many days you pass me by. See the tear, maybe from here we can talk about crying, smiling, and feelings and emotions in general. You didn't stop to make me feel better. Yeah, definitely I would use emotions and feelings. How do you feel? How do you feel? Okay. A little history about that time when people send cards, like Christmas cards or Valentine cards, when people wrote letters. You can ask students if any of them has ever written and sent a letter. Even you can suggest to write letters to each other, to write a letter to somebody in the secretly, to write a letter and to post the letter. That would be interesting. Okay, very well. Basically, that's what we have of please, Mr. Postman. And that's it for today. So I hope today is Friday and the body knows about it. Yeah. Enjoy this Friday. In Mexico, we have a long weekend because we are celebrating one more anniversary of the revolution that took place in 1917. No, 1910, excuse me. I need history classes. Okay, 1910, the revolution of 1910. And for economical and touristical purposes, even though the anniversary is November 20th, which is on Sunday, it is moved to be a holiday the closest Monday, which in this case is November 21st. So we are going to have a holiday, and anyway, I am going to be with you, in touch with you with more sessions of teaching and learning English with the Beatles. Any question, any comment, be kind, write in the comments. Be sure that I will answer any question or any comment you may have. So enjoy the weekend. Thank you very much for being here in one more session of teaching and learning English with the Beatles. Bye-bye, goodbye. Happy weekend.